La alineación del Barcelona será...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. Well, this is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, we never really did friendly derbies, not when I was playing, Peter. But it's impossible to keep rivalries in check, completely in check. So while I'm not expecting everything to go flying at 100 miles an hour, this could get spicy.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Now, what about a counter-attack? Gavi. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Brahim Diaz. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I would think...
Lewandowski! Brahim Diaz. Oh, good-looking ball. Well, that is one way to stop him. And he's had a hit! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
It was more possible than probable, and the outcome backed it up, Peter.
Barcelona are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first.
And it's Lewandowski. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Not the most accurate pass. Vinicius Junior. Gavi. Lewandowski. Shot a goal! Oh, that is rather wayward.
That's an example of the sixth sense of opportunism that many of his ilk show. Masterful anticipation.
Gavi. And here's Yamal. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. And he has been fouled there. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Valverde. Mbappe. Great defending, strong and determined. Yamal. Yamal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Brahim Diaz. Gavi. That's good play, just eases him off the ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Yamal. Rafinha puts a cross in. That's really well manoeuvred. Yamal. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. No, that's been easily repelled. Vinicius Junior. Looking here to chip it through. And here's Mbappe. Oh, what? He's had a hit! And he's found the net! Modric at his razor-sharp best there.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up.
Has a look and has a go. Loose, that's another chance! There's a goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Lucas Vazquez simply refused to be outdone there. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's fabulous. Pau Kubasi was in no mood for any of that. Valverde. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
That pass isn't the best. Fran Garcia. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Yamal. De Jong. And he was quick to react. And the first 45 minutes are up. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at half-time, it's one each. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Yeah, I think they'll be happy with that scoreline. I just hope the second half is as good as the first. It's been pulsating stuff.
Well, the scoreline indicates a pretty tight game, but there has been a lot of action in it, and it has been an exceptionally good watch. The score at half-time, 1-1. And the game has already resumed here.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to...
Great hit! They've scored!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
It's a loose touch and the ball is anyone's. Pedri. Yamal. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And here's Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! Just off target.
Oh, how close was that to going in? It only required the smallest of tweaks.
Lucas Vazquez. Here's Tchouaméni. Quality ball. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lewandowski! And that is wildly off target. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. And for a moment, time stood still.
La asistencia a este partido asciende a 96.847 espectadores.
Vinicius Junior works it forward. Now it's Rafinha. Stood up well to him there. Valverde. And it's Lewandowski. Brahim Diaz. Now it's Modric. Vinicius Junior. Now there's a fine ball. He's found a way through.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well read, nice interception. Played back to the goalkeeper. Tchouaméni. Modric. And it's Lucas Vazquez. Brahim Diaz. He's shifting through the gears here. De Jong did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he cuts out the supply. Vinicius Junior. And he's away. Good, strong midfield running here. Look at the space here. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Madrid choosing to make the first change.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Alaba. De Jong gets a foot in here. Half an hour gone in the second half. Spread out to the left. Rafinha.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to...
Has a goal! It's in! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control.
Yeah, the pass was bang on and he just had to ensure he didn't stray offside. The finish was actually bang on too.
Barcelona go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Tchouaméni kept his eye on it, and he's there. Fiddles it through. Vinicius Junior! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
And he could have eased the pressure on his team by taking them within one of an equaliser.
Pedri. Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. And he's on his way!
Vinicius Junior, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Now it's Mbappe. And he's running through. He's in a great... And the shots! And with that, the final whistle. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Yamal picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Well, how will we look back on that?
Barcelona really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.